I guess it makes sense that she wouldn't come here in uniform.
The charms of an older woman, eh?
I think I'll manage. Sorry I kept you waiting.
Don't worry about it. Oh,
Hi.
Yeah, I kind of ran into her on the way here, and that's not a problem.
not at all. I assume you've been surveying the town while acting as Reen's body.
Sounds like you've done your homework.
The intelligence division has told me. Anyway, I think we might attract a little too much attention. What do you say we get a It's good to see. I think this may be the first time we've been able to have a proper conversation.
You may be right. I was hoping I'd get the chance to sit down and talk with you too.
Oh?
You sure you don't want me to go?
That's not what I mean. I have a lot of questions, like about why Milliam transferred into our class, but there's one really fundamental question that would go a long way toward answering a lot. What exactly is it that you and Chancellor Osborne are trying to accomplish? Let's look at that standoff with the Provincial Army earlier. It's hard for me to feel much sympathy for them after they drove armored cars right into the middle of... But maintaining order in the provinces is generally accepted to be the duty of the Provincial... Maybe it's just me, but it seemed an awful lot like you were just trying to provoke them by belittling their...
It did look like your people were picking a...
Viewed without the proper context, I can see how it might look like. But right now, the factional conflict in the Empire is nearly at its breaking point. Crossbell is buzzing with talk of independence, and Calvert is still weathering its immigration dispute. In such volatile times, there's a very real need to create a far more expansive network to help maintain. The only organizations that are up to the challenge are the Railway Military Police and the Intelligence.
That may be the case.
Still, your boss is the one making those conflicts work.
I can't deny it, but at the very least, the Chancellor is acting with a sense of intent. He hasn't stooped so low as to give aid to terrorists, unlike some others. I want you to at least understand.
Wait, so...
Wow. She really... So the noble faction's been the one backing the terror...
I'm afraid there's no longer any doubting it. We've all but confirmed the involvement of Duke Cayenne, the most prominent representative of the four great houses. The three airships the Imperial Liberation Front have been using have been traced back to Ordis.
I'd wondered how they got their hands on...
I've heard the Duke is just a gaudy old man. Eustace's brother came to pick him up in Lagrange.
That's what Toval told him. And now, Rufus just so happens to pop up on another of his secret trip. Captain Claire, what's going on in Ruhr? And how are Elisa's family in the Rhineford?
I guess it's time to get to the matter I called you here for. The Railway Military Police is currently weighing the possibility of a forced inspection of Rhineford's first factory.
Sounds serious.
The first factory belongs to one of Rhineford's major...
Correct. It's one of the main divisions and handles the bulk of the company's iron and steel processing. They're also currently under suspicion of something I'm not at liberty to do. The two of you are aware that project management at Rhineford is split up across several major branches.
It is?
And on top of that, she's got her hands in the development of our Arcus units, too. It's way too much. How many projects does Mother have?
Well, but suffice to say, the chairman only knows about a small number of the projects in development by the Rhineford. Lately,
Come to think of it, I overheard Elisa and Sharon...
For years now, Rhineford has been the Empire's heavyweight when it comes to heavy industry, and the company is split into different divisions that handle things like steel production, railways, weaponry, and the problem is that those divisions have simply become large enough to have their own internal allegiances. Some to the nobles, with others supporting the reformist faction.
Are you...
So even companies are taking...
I'm sure Irina Rhineford is aware of this to at least some extent as the company's chairman, but the self-supporting accounting system she introduced has the side effect of granting each division a long lead. Because of that, I doubt even she has a full grasp.
So, the first factory you guys have your sights set on is aligned with the Noble faction.
You assume correctly. And the Provincial Army is doing everything it can to stop us from carrying out that investigation. That's what led to this eve. I imagine Chairman Irina is currently doing her utmost to rein in all the divisions and get... The thing is, When she seized control of the company 5 years ago, she had to rely on support from being indebted to them like that. I have my doubts she'll be able to target the underlying.
It's sounding shadier, but
You can say that again. The situation seems even more dire, and while all this is going on, the factional conflict keeps burning hot across the rest of
I've told you as much as I. Tensions are mounting all over the country, but Ruhr has an extra fuse of try to gain an understanding of the crisis unfolding here. Then do your best to stay out of it. Whatever other lessons Class 7 takes away from this field study, I hope that ends up on the list. I wish you the best with the remainder of your fields. Please have the bill sent to the Railway Military Police Branch Office in...
Certainly. Enjoy the rest of your...
Wait!
looks like she just picked up our tab. She gave us some good intel, too.
I can't just go running after her now. Looks like we owe her.
So, you like the mature type, huh? She's sorta like Sarah, except responsible and...
You can say that again. Oh.
Must be yours.
Hello? Reen Schwarzer's...
Reen, what are you doing?
Oh, it's just you, Elise.
Well, what do you mean it's just you? Is it true some girl invited you out for a night on the town?
Whoa, hold on. A late night date? I thought you only had eyes for me, Reen. Anyway, good job, kiddo. You better spill all the details.
He'll do no such thing.
Now, I'm sure there's nothing to worry about.
Still, it was rash of you to go out on your own without at least
Ready to head back?
Yeah, I think that'd be...
Ooh, you're moving up in the world. I've got a little reward here for you. Keep up the good work.
The time has come for Stein and Crossman. Now who shall be the fair to win this convention?
As you wish.
We'll hit them so hard, they'll be picking up the pieces for wheat. You heard the boss, man. Tomorrow's a red-letter day for us. A real do-or-die moment. And every...
All our preparations will be rewarded soon when we sweep in and take the Chancellor's... Keep your eyes on the prize and give it all you...
Yeah!
So tired.
The air here is so fresh, especially for a city with this many... Must be because we're up in the mountains.
I'll say, compared to the capital, the air quality is pristine.
Well, the capital does have a few 100,000 more people living there. Sure is a nice day today.
Not as nice as last night must have been.
I told you.
Yeah, I'll bet you are. I cannot believe you. After all those things you said to me last night, you go rushing out to meet another girl.
Ooh, the skies might be clear, but I'm sensing a stormy forecast today.
Well, all things considered, even if we assume Captain Claire is trustworthy, I'm not sure how wise it was to go out on your own.
I know. In hindsight,
Still, it was pretty bold of Captain Claire to show up alone. Even dressed down, I wouldn't have thought she'd go out alone with the Provincial Army on.
I'm guessing she's more than strong enough to handle. Not sure what her weapon of choice is, though.
Oh, I wish I could have seen her all dolled up, though. But she was a real... Come on, that would put a spring in any man's step. I don't blame you for sneaking out alone.
Oh! No! It's not like I knew she was going to show up wearing a cocktail dress. I swear!
You seemed pretty taken by her when she showed up yesterday, though. And your eyes were glued to her right up until she left the scene.
Oh, real?
So while we were enjoying a quiet evening, you were out carousing with a beautiful woman. You lucky son of for shame, Reed! We're here representing the Academy on a field study!
I swear, you guys are just making things... But thanks to the information I got from her, we have a pretty good idea what's going on. And now that we know, we should be able to do something. What do you think, Elisa?
Yeah, I'm in.
So in short, the first factory did something to catch the eye of the railway military police. And all the while, the Provincial Army's been here blatantly trying to prevent them.
Let's not forget that the first factory is run by none other than the Noble family.
I know that the divisional directors have been operating without much in the way of executive oversight, but Mother always allowed it. She thought that encouraging competition among the divisions would yield more innovation. I never thought that'd lead to something.
Seems like the...
By the way, hearing about the first factory made me curious. Do the other divisions have their own political...
Well, to give you a basic... This is a bit oversimplified, of course. Divisions are made up of many people, and they all have their own opinion. But the positions of each division's directors are clear, as the first and second factories in particular have had a pretty fierce rivalry going on between them for years. But even still, I wouldn't have expected the first factory to do something flagrant enough to prompt a military inspection.
Neither would I.
All right, we're gonna do whatever it takes to get to the bottom. And when we tie this up all nice and neat for her, even my mother will have to admit she's great.
Sounds like a plan.
That's the spirit.
Offhand, I'd say this falls under the scope of our field.
Thanks, everyone.
Sounds like we're in for...
Anyway, let's take a look at the field study
Yeah, I think we can handle the...
It's still 8 a.m., so we have plenty of time to work our way through the list.
And while we're doing that, we can ask the people we meet about how things stand between Reinford's... Look alive, everyone. It's time to get...
Right, Roger.
Gotcha.